Welcome to new video. In this video we are talking about what is properties of fluid. What is property? First of all, what is property? Any characteristic of a system is called a property. For example, pressure, temperature, volume, mass, etc. are the property of the system for any system. So now we have to what is types of property. There are two types of property. One is intensive and another one is extensive property. You can define the intensive and extensive property like that. The definition is intensive properties. Intensive properties are those that are independent of the mass of the system, which do not depend on the mass of the system. Intensive property means they do not depend on the mass of the system, that are independent of the mass of the system, such as temperature, pressure and density. And what is extensive property? Extensive properties are those properties which depend on the mass or size or extent of the system. Extent of the system. For example, mass, volume, total momentum. Okay, I will just, you don't know that it is, if it is depending on the mass, how can I categorize this as a extensive property? I will tell you now. So you can define, first of all you have to imagine a pot of water. Imagine a pot of water and just divide it in equal parts, and half of divide it in equal parts means you have to pour some water on the other glass. Imagine a full glass of water and then divide it into equal parts and pour some half of water of first glass into another glass. Then you will get equal amount of water and divide it equally. So now think, after dividing it, what properties are changes with this during the making this during making this water glass of water, full glass of water half. First of all, what is changes? The mass is changes, because in first glass there is a full mass of full water, and it changes. And now another thing is, what is volume? The in full glass of water, this volume is also changes. Now volume is divided into equal halves. But is is there any different is there any changes occur in temperature? First of all, you have a glass of water and you will make some pour some water on the other glass. This any changes occur in the temperature? No, it is at a room temperature. Then another glass, half glass of water, also at a room temperature. What is pressure? Pressure also remains same. What is density? Density of the water remains same. So this property are not depend, this property are intensive property. Now what is the mass? In a full glass of water there is greater mass than the half mass, so this mass is also the extensive property. So generally the uppercase letter is used to denote the extensive properties, with mass m being exception. In mass is exception, all other extensive property are represented as uppercase. So now the lowercase letter is used to specify intensive property with temperature T as a T and pressure are being exception. In exception case in T and P. So extensive property per unit mass are called specific property. Specific property. Some example: specific volume. Specific volume is the ratio of volume per unit mass. Specific volume means if you represent extensive property per unit mass, then it is called as specific properties. Example of specific volume: total energy. Total energy E is equals to E by M. Thank you all in this types of property class, and this density and specific gravity I'll do it in next lecture.